Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David and this is my channel. Today we're going to talk about we are magnets. All of us are magnets, and this is something we don't always talk about. So we've been working on this idea of creation, working on this idea of talking about reflections in the mirror, and now it's time to really understand what it means to be a magnet, because this is definitely one of the places that we get a little confused. We've all heard of law of attraction. I want to attract, I want to attract. See, the truth is that we're already attracting. There's nothing to attract because you're already attracting. So let's talk about how this works, because until we understand the how this all works and the laws and so forth and so on, we just get stuck moving in the same direction. Does that make sense? So it helps to understand this. There is only attraction. Now that's really, really important. Why is it important? Because we walk around the world and we don't realize that we're literally pulling things towards us. Does that make sense? So think about this for a second. I'm moving towards something, or is it moving towards me? It looks like I'm moving towards it, and things are just, I'm just kind of finding my way towards different parts of this world. But that's not true. This world is being formed and brought to you. It's an attraction-based world. Everything in your life is being pulled to you based on your vibration. So to change that mind concept of I'm no longer moving towards it, it's coming towards me, takes a little bit of understanding. But it is true. And the more you change that concept of I'm attracting these things, I'm attracting this world, the more you'll see it in a true sense. And it's the same thing, that idea of martial arts and Tai Chi. You turn on a pulling mechanism. It goes this way and it pulls things in. It pulls things in. You see, we are a magnet. We are pulling things towards us. Sit with that. I am a magnet. I'm pulling things towards us. Now, that's always happened no matter what. So there's your life, wherever it is. You've pulled it to you. You've brought it to you. You've called it to you based on your vibration. Now, the other part of this is that we also get to decide what everything is. This is what we were talking about before, when everything's neutral. Why is it neutral? Because as it comes to you, it's all one. It's all one source. Every part is equal. It's all one source. So we have to kind of see the equality in it. I know we've given it meaning, what's more important and what's more important to us, but that's us. The reality is all of this energy is equal. It's all the same. Does that make sense? So as we attract everything to us, we have the ability to give it all its meaning, because it, after all, it came from us. It didn't come from the universe. The universe just sees equality, doesn't see differences like we do. Our inner being, our higher perspective, our souls, they don't see the way we do. We're the ones who created all of this. This is better than this, and this is better than this, and so forth and so on. So now here we are attracting our life and then giving it meaning when it comes in. Does that make sense? Now, make it easy. What meaning are you giving it? Either you are wanting it, whatever's coming in, I want it. I see it in a good way, or an optimistic way at least. Or I don't want it. I don't like you. You don't please me. I don't want you. Now, what's happened, and this is so important, is that not knowing this, believe it or not, we are in a position mostly of pushing things away from us. That's what defenses is. That's what attack is. Not with our hands, mostly with our mind and our thoughts. Because the things that are coming in, we don't like, or they're not good enough, or once again, that meaning we have given them, I don't like this as much as this, and there's comparison and so forth and so on. So now we are mostly either I want you or I'm going to push you. And what happens is we don't really have a decision except one decision. Either I'm going to push you away or not. I want you to really think about that. Either I'm going to push you away from me or not. And that's what fear is. I'm going to push you away. Push you away. Get away. Make sense? Or, no, come on in. Nope, Okay, but you must please me. You must give me something if you're going to come in. Otherwise, I'll push you away again. You see? Now, this is the kicker. Everything that comes to you, you're attracting. There is nothing you're not attracting. So guess what? You are magnetically attracted to it, regardless of what your mind tells you. Every physical thing, every person, there is a magnetic quality to them. Isn't that interesting? I want you to think about that. Walk into 7-Eleven, look at the person behind the counter, and realize you are magnetically drawn to them. What does that mean? That means that how you feel about them is going to give you an emotion, isn't it? And that's what emotions is. Do you see? If it's negative emotion, then you're pushing them away. If it's positive emotion, then you're allowing them in. Now that gives birth to the idea of allowing. I'm allowing my creations to come towards me. And there are many different facets of that magnetism. There really are. But mostly because there's many different facets of your resistance. That's why life really is about letting go of resistance and allowing in. You see? Keep it close. That idea that you only have two choices in life. And I hate to break this, but it's true. Either to create resonance with something, someone, somewhere, or to create dissonance with something, someone, somewhere. There is no in between. You are a magnet. Either you can repel it or you can attract it. Does that make sense? That explains all that mind activity, huh? That's where it comes in. All that attack. Why are you attacking it? We're attacking it because I don't want it. But I don't want it because it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good because of magnetic dissonance between me and it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have emotion. No big deal. I like it. I don't like it. Who cares? Does that make sense? But it's not true. That neutrality in the moment is giving birth to either resonance with the things that are coming in or the people, or dissonance. Take a magnet, hold it together, feel the attraction, that power pulling you together, turn it around and feel that repelling, and you'll see that's what life is. The repelling is dissonance. That's negative emotion. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good because you're pushing against a huge magnetic force that you have brought to you. Do you understand? Everything is coming to you. You've brought it to you based on your vibration. And now when we say, I don't want you, we push against a magnetic force that we can't see, but we can feel through feeling. Contraction. What is contraction? Pushing against that magnetic force. Attracting something into your life and then saying, I don't want you, based on your perception when it comes in. Does that make sense? That's the feeling of all that resistance. And yes, guys, that's what all that resistance in the body is. Absolutely. It's all coming from one place, pushing against your own creations, your own attractions. You have attracted it, you've brought it into your life, and now we push against it, push against it, push against it. And we have to push against a huge magnetic force. Just like if you take one magnet, turn around, there's a force that you have to push through. And it pushes you away. I want you away from me. And it's magnetic dissonance. And that's what resistance is. And that's what the mind activity, the mind and that ego mind wants you to push against your creations. That's what it does. That's why it's active. That's why it's attacking. That's why it's judging. That's why it's criticizing. Does that make sense? It wants you to push against your own creations. Now, perhaps not in a way that wants to hurt us all. I mean, it's our physical mind. I don't think the ego mind is bad. It just simply is insane, so to speak, because it believes in separation. How can you separate something that's magnetically put together? Do you understand? The only way to do it is to create dissonance. So anytime you think of separation, you're never going to feel good, ever. Doesn't matter. You can separate from an ant and you'll feel that dissonance. Now, the good news is once you understand this, you can start resonating with your creations. And boy, let me tell you, when you resonate with creations, you stick to them. That's the Tai Chi energy. It's a sticking energy. Boy, that's powerful, and it feels wonderful, and it feels amazing. It's that, haven't anyone ever felt that feeling of someone you really like. Oh, you barely touch their hand. It's woo, just resonates through you. You see, resonating energy, excitement about something. Oh, I'm so excited. Exciting energy. That's resonating energy. You see, you're choosing that, not the thing. It feels like it's the thing, feels like it's a person, but it's your choice. You see, we're using them, using it, using their in order to feel that resonance. But you have the ability to feel it with everything. But at the same time, haven't we ever felt that one person we hate, or we want to push them away, or anxiety about a certain thing or a certain place? Oh, I can't do that. It's a feeling. That's what anxiety is. Resonance turned to dissonance. You see, same energy. One's resonating through excitement. I'm excited. I want to pull you in. I want to allow you in because it's already coming towards you. Or I want to push you away. I don't like you. And boy, both of them you feel in your emotional system. Why? Because we are one. We are one energetic force that is magnetically put together. So if we move away from anything, we create dissonance. And if we move towards it, we create resonance. Yes, we're not just sitting here. We're moving and attracting and becoming and flowing. You see, that's what they mean by going with the flow. When you go with the flow, you create resonance wherever you go. You allow the things into your life because you know somehow you have attracted them. Either one, you have attracted them to enjoy them, to flow with them, or two, you have attracted them in order to heal your resistance towards them. Does that make sense? And as you learn to heal and turn that dissonance into resonance, then now you get into what we call blissful state, an enjoyable state, an excited state. Everything seems to be flowing, and that's that idea of law of attraction. It's always happening, but we kind of get it a little confused. The key is to bring everything back together through connection and alignment. Now, here's where our inner being comes in and our higher perspective, so to speak, our God self. It is holding that resonance feeling of everything, pure positive love for everything. In order for us, when we do not feel that resonance, we have it now attracted, it's come into our life, we brought it into our experience, and now we have a choice. Because it's neutral, we might feel that dissonance because we are holding that vibration, but the inner being says, align with me and I will help you see it in the correct way. You see, the more we align with source, align with love, align with peace, align with joy, then when those things come in, we'll feel our vibration shift. Whoa, now you know I'm in a state of dissonance, but I'm magnetically drawn to that in which I am looking at or experiencing. So it's going to feel very uncomfortable. Now I can recognize that state of change and say, I must be seeing this wrong because my inner being is seeing this with love and allowing and receiving, because it knows no matter what it is, guess what? It can't hurt you. Others' opinions can't hurt you. Other judgments can't hurt you. You see, it knows more about what's going on because you are one. They're just misinterpreting, so to speak. So you align with that part of you and you take that perception back into it and you recognize truth from your inner being through the Holy Spirit and you let it go. And that's why this world is all about forgiveness and innocence. For no other reason, because we are magnets. And it's very uncomfortable to push against something you don't like, especially since you are magnetically drawn to it. Because, by the way, guys, when someone criticizes you and you feel their criticism, you match their energy and you keep drawing it into your life. And if someone cuts you off in traffic and you say, "Dop, dop, dop, dop," you match their energy. Therefore, you keep attracting it into your life. Does that make sense? So you're matching everybody. Trust me, you're matching them, their energy. It doesn't feel like it, but you are. So as we learn that we're matching what we don't want, then we continue to pull it in our life. It's only when we recognize we don't want it that we stop matching their energy. And now we have one big source of energy, of love, that we can just attach onto that frequency with everything to the best of our ability. And now we turn our dissonance into resonance. And that's the journey. That's the spiritual journey, to turn things from dissonance into resonance in order to turn on this idea of synchronicity, everything flowing. Because think about it, if you're now attracting what you want, and in the moment you're now giving it a meaning of love or appreciation, you're going to have a really good life. But if you attract what you don't want and in the moment give it a meaning of frustration and anger, you're going to have a lot of frustration, resistance in the body, resistance in the mind, simply because we live in a magnetic universe. I hope this helps. Take this with you. And just to let you know, guys, once again, I am offering one-on-one sessions for anyone interested. You can hit me up at my email, thewayofkungfu.com. I'm sorry, thewayofkungfu75@gmail.com. That's it. Yeah, thewayofkungfu75@gmail.com. There's a lot going on here, so I understand. And if you like it, like the video, keep the comments going. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation.